Welcome. This public hearing is now open. It's 12:23. I am Robin Finnerty from the County of Monroe Industrial Development Agency, and I have been designated by the agency to be the hearing officer to conduct this public hearing. We are here to hold the public hearing on the Shoecraft Road Apartments LLC project. The transcript of this hearing will be reviewed and considered by the agency in determination of this project. Notice of this hearing appeared in the Daily Record on Monday, August 3rd, 2026. Shoecraft Road Apartments LLC has requested that the agency assist with a certain project consisting of the acquisition of a leasehold interest in certain land located at 1048 Shoecraft Road in the town of Webster, New York, together with the two existing buildings located thereon, the existing improvements, the construction thereon of 4 two-story, 10-unit multifamily apartment buildings, the renovation and modernization of one existing improvement into a single rental unit, the renovation and modernization of the other existing improvement into a community center, and the construction of related amenities including garages, a sport court, pickleball court, a dog park, and surface parking. The proposed financial assistance contemplated by the agency includes New York State and local sales and use tax exemption benefits, partial mortgage reporting tax exemption benefits, and partial real property tax abatements. All those in attendance are required to register by signing the sign-in sheet. You will not be permitted to speak unless you have registered. If you have a written comment to submit for the record, you may do so. Written comments may also be delivered to the agency at 50 West Main Street, Rochester, New York, 14614. Please note the purpose of this hearing is for the agency to hear all persons with views in favor of or opposed to either the location or nature of the facility or the proposed financial assistance being contemplated by the agency. Therefore, the representatives of the agency will not be responding to comments, but will answer clarifying questions about the project and or the financial assistance. If anyone is interested in making a comment, please raise your hand or check the box. State your name and address. If you're representing a company, please identify the company. I request that speakers keep comments to 3 minutes. So at this time, I'm going to grab the sheets.
Are you trying to turn your microphone?
Yes.
It's difficult to hear. Yes.
I'm trying to talk loud. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Do you need to read anything again?
No, I just want to, if you could direct whoever's going to speak into the microphone.
Oh, here we go. We good now?
There you go.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Jamie?
She can see him.
Hi, Jeannie Mayer. I'm from Fairport, New York. I'm not a resident of Webster, but I'm interested in this project because of its alignment between the county climate goals and this incentive program that's being awarded or being considered for this project. I've already spoken to the board a couple of times, so I won't reiterate much of that. But I do want to address one issue that came up at last month's committee meeting, where you considered a project that was in Parenton. There was a builder, the builder of that project was there, and he was asked whether the project was going to be gas or electric or heat, and he said it was going to be gas because there simply was not enough electricity at the site. So I just wanted to let the members of the board know that there is a way to determine or to get a ballpark idea of whether there is enough electricity for electrification, and that is the RG&E Hosting Capacity Portal website. So I'll provide this sheet to the folks here. The site that project is going to be at has plenty of electricity for both winter and summer electrification. In fact, it has twice the amount of headroom, as they call, for winter than it does for summer. So I'm just asking the board to remember that that the goal of the county is this 80% reduction in fossil fuel emissions by 2025. We're not going to get there if we're continuing to build new gas infrastructure. And if you have a builder who says that they cannot build an electric building because of capacity issues, there are ways to investigate that and ask for more information about why they're making that claim. The same is true for this. I don't know what the plans are for this particular project, whether it's planning on being electric, but you can look at this address on the capacity portal and see it also has plenty of electricity to be an electric building. So there may be other reasons that the builders would prefer not to build an electric building, but, an all-electric building, but it's not a capacity issue, as far as I can tell. So I will share this.
Great, thank you. Abby?
Hello, thank you. Is this doing the thing it's supposed to do?
I guess you gotta get rid of the cloud.
Gotta get really close. Oh, it is true. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I'm a little taller than you. My name's Abby McHugh-Grofa. I'm the Executive Director of the Climate Solutions Accelerator of the Genesee Finger Lakes region. So I want to piggyback a little bit on Ginny's comment. And you said that I can ask a clarifying question about the project?
Yeah.
Is the plan to do all electric or gas for heating?
Gas for heating,
Okay.
just for furnaces.
Thank you.
So again, as Ginny was saying, building new projects with gas does not align well with the county's stated climate goals. And my understanding from past meetings is that both there have been concerns expressed about capacity issues of the grid as well as whether or not heat pumps work in our region. And I can very confidently say that cold climate heat pumps do work in our region. There are many housing developments and other types of buildings in our region already providing heating with heat pumps, as well as, of course, air conditioning, which go along with the heat pump. I also live in a house that is heated by a heat pump, and it keeps us nice and toasty and warm in the winter, so it isn't just false, it is straight up false that cold climate heat pumps do not work in our region. As for the capacity issues, it is true that there are capacity constraints on the grid in our region, but that is not the same as saying that any given project the energy needs cannot be met with electricity. It's, the system is complex, and depending on the specific location of the project, there may or may not be capacity constraints, but the map that Ginny provided does suggest that for this particular project, that it could be heated with electricity, and that electricity could meet all the energy needs in the building. And so, there is at this point quite a bit of disinformation and misinformation about both climate change as an issue and about the technologies. We have been lied to, quite frankly, by the fossil fuel industry in many different ways about these issues, and so I would encourage the board to just dig deeper on that, and also to just consider the long-term implications of these projects, especially since they are receiving tax breaks. Monroe County has set appropriate goals for emission reductions, and this is an urgent issue that impacts our health very directly. Heating with electricity is healthier. Burning gas is not only a climate issue, but also just an air quality issue. And we cannot continue to kick the can down the road on this. The transition to all electric buildings needs to happen now. And every single bit of gas infrastructure that we're investing in now is something that needs to be undone and corrected in the future. So getting on top of this and requiring all electric now is the reasonable and responsible thing to ask developers to do, especially when tax breaks are being provided. And I'm speaking not only from my perspective as the leader of a climate-focused organization, but also as a mother. I have children. I care about their future. I'm sure many other people in this room do as well. And we are endangering our children's not only future, but honestly, present current conditions. You see in the news every day about the extreme weather events and other disasters that are happening. And we are not exempt or immune from that here in our region. So in order to take care of our community and of course of future generations. I implore the board to please require all new builds to be all electric. Thank you very much.
Thank you. No one else checked the box, but does anyone check them?
Sorry, I missed the box.
Oh, did you sign in?
Yeah,
Oh.
Daniela
Okay.
Salvador. 449 Ridge Road in Webster. I'm a new Webster resident. I am here in support of this awesome project. Thank you for making it happen. And my ask for Comida generally is to have a visibility requirement and the ADA requirements. My daughter just fell in the shower at the special needs camp and broke her hip in the special needs shower while under the care of our person. So thankfully, my ex-husband in Pittsburgh has a wheelchair accessible house and I have a wheelchair accessible house. So accessibility goes beyond being able to visit a space, but at least some of the units, especially the market rate units that are going to be incorporated in this, if we could do some accessibility 3.0 doors at the very least and zero clearance, especially on the lower levels. As a realtor in Webster for the last 10 years, people are resoundingly asking for homes that they can live in throughout their lifetime. In addition to that, I really think that your design is very thoughtful. I love the repurposing of the existing buildings, and I commend you for really keeping the flavor and the heart of this region at the forefront of all the projects that you do. So thank you very much, and I feel like any tax credits like this that allow developers like this to make these projects happen will help with the NIMBYism, will help bring this type of creativity into the community, and will make every community a better place to live and more inclusive. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Josh Artuso, and I'm the Town of Webster's Director of Community Development. I'm here on behalf of the town to formally state our concerns to the pilot agreement for this proposed project as they're currently proposed. I'd like to be clear from the outset, the town is not opposed to responsible residential development, and we recognize the benefits that well-planned investment can bring to our community. Our concern really stems with the financial consequences that this proposed 13-year pilot could potentially have on the town and its taxpayers. When the applicant initially submitted their application for the project in September of '24, they did indicate that they would not be pursuing tax incentives, and the project went through the review and approval process with that understanding. In recent conversations with the developer, this program became available after they submitted their initial application. So we do believe that there was a misunderstanding. They have indicated a willingness to meet with the town to discuss our concerns. Again, this is a new housing type program. The project consists of 4 10-unit apartment buildings and 40 residential units. And the residents, the future residents of this development will be relying on town infrastructure, town services, emergency medical, code enforcement, just to name a few. So we would look forward to the opportunity to sit down with the developer and discuss whether or not there's a willingness to try and make the town whole for the services that we will be providing the future residents. So I respectfully submit that comment on behalf of the town of Webster into the official record. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hello, my name is Donna Komar. I'm the assessor for the town of Webster. And my questions are more specifically about the program. The program under which this project is being approved is not on your website. The town has not been notified that Commuta was picking up a new housing development type of incentive program. And my first opportunity to learn about this was this public hearing. So I believe that there's a communication that I would like to have been more aware of. I don't know how you go about creating a new program, and in this instance for housing. So if there was a public hearing that I missed, I'd like to be more aware of that process, if you will, so that we can stay more on top of when you come up with new programs. So after this public hearing was announced to us, and I do get a direct communication for that, and I appreciate that, I went to your website to educate myself, and I was unable to do that. So there's an opportunity for you to improve some communication both to the public and the local officials. And it's just, it's unfortunate this is the first instance, so I'm here with more questions than I think that you're going to be able to answer. I want to note that the tax relief that's proposed for this particular project exceeds that of generally commercial projects in your other Job Plus programs. And the commercial projects bring jobs to the community, right? Housing stock, generally speaking, is going to require more services and therefore more expenses on behalf of the town. So when the incentive is more generous to the housing stock, that's really a double whammy against the tax base. So I'd like you to take this into consideration, and if you have information that you can forward to me or put on your website so that I could educate myself as to how Commuta came around to deciding that housing stock needed a tax incentive, I would like to learn more about that. Thank you very much. Thanks, Ellen.
Okay, going once, going twice. We're good, we can close the public hearing at 12:41. These comments will be shared with the board.